paired with a very strong Australian side. New Zealand was probably, I would say, Canada, Australia, Canada, right, and the Republic of Ireland. And I would say of the other three teams, Republic of Ireland is probably, the one that, a lot of Nigerians are probably looking to get maximum points from. But you see, Australia and Canada are very, very difficult, well-oiled machines right now in world football. However, they don't have what Nigeria has, and that is Asad Oshoala. No other country has Asad Oshoala. Success follows Asad 2016 back-to-back championship in China. Can you believe that? She's gone and played in the eastern part of the world, and then she made everything for the Barcelona side. And whenever the assistant has comes up on that the shadow of doubt, don't get me wrong, Republic of Ireland, good team, Australia, great team, but they do not have as well. With that, ladies and gentlemen, let's get back to Hello Port Harcourt. So, what was your experience like in university, right? And what is your experience right now? That's our conversation this morning. We're looking at the student life from a Nigerian perspective. Emphasis on a Nigerian perspective. Now, some of you, if not all of you who are listening to me right now, have a friend, a cousin, maybe even a brother or a sister who is studying right now in the UK or has studied in the UK, particularly in the past decade or 2 decades. Now, those of you who have had the good pleasure of, as it were, getting to a university outside this country, you have some stories to tell. Now, one of the most interesting things, talking about cultural shock that tends to happen when a Nigerian student goes abroad is, particularly if you go to the West, talking about if you go to the UK, if you go to Germany, if you go to Norway, and if you go to the United States of America, and then Canada, there's a culture shock, right? And one of the things many, if not every single Nigerian student I've had a good pleasure of interacting with has said is this, that the lecturers are not as far off as they are in Nigeria. That's the number one thing a lot of them have said. But we're not going to be looking at what the academy and the classes are like. No. This morning, we want to look at the experience. My question to you this morning is this, all right? Do you think many Nigerians right now, many Nigerian students in Nigerian universities, not Nigerian students who are in Birmingham or, who are in Coventry or Newcastle or those who are in Cologne or in Italy, yes, so in Canada, Albuquerque is very popular these days. Ontario is very popular these days for Nigerians. Or obviously the biggest one, talking about Texas, right? Fine. Not any of those students. I'm talking about students who are in Uniport, in RSU, in Unilag, in LASU, in Olabisi Onibajo University, in Ife, Lexi, Unical. Oh yes, one of my favorite universities as well. Futmina. All right, Zaria, Uni Abuja, any other Nigerian university, even private universities. Do you think that many of these students are enjoying their experience in school? Because last week, right, as I was at Choba Junction Market buying my things, I got to see a lot of students, going around buying food and everything, and then I overheard a very interesting conversation, right, between two market women who said that, look, basically, that the way the Nigerian students, these Choba students are enjoying these days, they didn't enjoy the way their predecessors, their sons and daughters experienced it 4 years, 10 years ago. Alawe is on the line this morning, speaking to us from Bayelsa. Alawe, good morning to you, please.
Good morning.
Good morning, welcome.
Yeah, good morning. Yes, my name is Alawe. I'm calling from Bayelsa.
Yes, talk to us, please.
Yes, with the greatest amount of respect to most of you, and I felt that compulsion to call. With due respect, sometimes when we want to analyze, let us analyze In my own opinion, for the record, yes, I'm a partisan politician. I'm a PDP man.
Wait, hold on. Let me stop you. Hello, let me stop you. I think you are on the wrong conversation. We're not talking about anything politics right now, Alawi.
Oh, sorry. Maybe I was calling on that.
Oh, it's no problem. You must have been following or on the, like you said, online, looking at the Facebook like that. Yeah, we're not talking anything politics at the moment, all right? But my question is, do you think Nigerian students are enjoying their experience right now? The women I overheard said the Cuba students, these Unipo students, they enjoy. One of our friends, this is their version, that they got to a student's apartment somewhere around Choba, that if you see this boy house, see this boy room, this boy get TV, can't get big speaker. If you see in bed big where he can't even get AC inside room. Say you just wonder, waiting these students they said they do when they feel they get this kind of things put for their house. And then it got me thinking, do you think that the students today are having a great time and experiencing what the student life is meant to be today? If you make a comparison from what it used to be in your time 2 decades ago, would you say that the students today are having a much better time? Students are driving cars to school. Yes, some students have nice looking, cars, air conditioning, coming to class, picking up their friends. But before you jump and shout and go, it's exorbitant. But it really isn't, because when their colleagues also tell them that, look, I am in so and so place in the US, almost everybody, can drive, or in some places drives their car to classrooms, to campus. It's not a big deal to drive a car. So what exactly do you think, as a Nigerian student today, do you think you're enjoying the experience? Or do you think, man, maybe our forefathers, had it better than we did?
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeria Info FM. Nigeria Info, let's talk.
Always do well, turn down the volume of your radio set, refrain from making derogatory or defamatory comments. Didn't see it, didn't hear it, please do not make mention of it, all right? And please do not make inciting statements. No unsubstantiated or unverified claims during the course of this program. Walter is speaking to us from Rukpak. We have Zion waiting on the line. Walter, good morning to you, please.
My brother, Jude.
Good morning.
Good morning once again. I'm interested in this matter. You see, that question you asked, I wanted the students to answer, but anyway, we will have to answer because of some observations. Jude, don't you see? Have you seen somebody?
Walter, please, can you step away from your radio set? Step away from your radio, or turn it off. Step away from your radio, please.
It's okay now.
Okay, go on, please.
Have you seen students? Call him a student. The parents are spending money on him riding motor. I have seen. It's not a new thing. It happens. Some of them are doing something you that is working in the studio cannot do. Why? The answer is most of them are in Yahoo business. And that's why they are getting money. You parents, you cannot ask your children where are they getting the money?
But Walter,
some of them don't even want to finish their school, They are after money.
I don't deny the fact that some of these students are into something illegal, but a good number of them are also into legal enterprises. Zion is in GRA. Zion, do you think the students today are having a better time of the university experience?
You are even trying to garnish it not to go in depth. My brother, they are flexing.
They are flexing?
Oh, my goodness me.
They're enjoying school?
They're enjoying life already. In our days, it wasn't like this. No. we were restricted to many things, many privileges of life. Not because our parents were there or giving it to us or everything is on our parents, no. But then the society already channeled our mindset on merit. Our society then programmed us that, look, if you are not coming with first class or distinction or top upper, guy, nothing for you. So we are busy with our books. In fact, even the fun time was even limited, except most of us that try to now create fun on our own. But today, look at it. Most of the kids today in school are independent financially. Most of them are they are living this kind of life that they're already there. Whereas when we were in school, the life they are living today is what we are projecting to us. And look at the global economy now. They can just be in the comfort of their room. They have strike one or two deals anywhere. But in our days, where will we even have access to it? To what extent? So I just look at it that it's just a global phenomenon that are connecting communities to people. To be honest, if we have gotten this kind of privilege they have in our days, guy, we will even do more than them. But the truth is this, most of them are not looking to get upper in their results. All they are looking for is just the pass. They are too relaxed when it comes to academics. That is just my problem. There are more opportunity to invent, go further, make something different. They are just in the confine of what my lecturer said. That is a problem. But our own problem, we are even ready to challenge our lecturers. We are studying to confront we are contesting our results then now. God lecturer, why did I fail this course? Bring the first two that come more than me. Bring the last two. Let us complete our results. But today, how many students know how to contest our results in school?
Emmanuel is on Odili Road. Emmanuel, do you think students are having a great time? Oh dear. Now let's get to WhatsApp. And now messages are dropping. All right, 009-030-6416. 009-030-6416. This one here says, hi Jude, good morning. Please, let's not be deceived. A lot of people on campuses are living fake life. A lot of people are trying to steal. Some of them are even going out doing rounds in order to meet up with what they see on television and indeed from their friends in the foreign countries. Many students in Nigerian universities are not happy with their experiences. Forget about the strike. We're talking about just being able to sit down and listen to a lecture without having to strain your ears or sit on the same table with the lecturer. It is stressful for many Nigerian students. A lot of Nigerian students are not having a good time. Forget the fake life that you get to see them post. Many of these children are either stealing the money or doing things illegally to get the money. Granted, but I have to say this, I also know a good number of people, even in our time, who were not doing anything illegal, but they were able to live pretty comfortably whilst in school. I know girls who were ushers, who used to go for ushering jobs. It was I don't know if it's trendy anymore, but it was very trendy in our time. And I was not, my eyes were not open to those opportunities, but I knew guys who were selling shoes in school, selling clothes in school. When I was praying for pocket money, these guys were counting tens of thousands. open. Ignatius Nigerian University open. The Kapti Elechi Amadi Polytechnic, I gather there are some students who are probably going there. And we also gather that there are some students who are listening to us from IMSU as well as Futo. My cousin went to Futo, lovely place. I love that area. Also, Nekede students also listening. Let's not forget the students who are in Bori. Yes, also listening. But there are one or two of them who are also listening from the international borders. We do get some comments from our American and our Australian cousins who tune in once in a while and take note of what's going on in Nigeria. Yes, nice and good. But this morning, I'm asking for these students and for any student at all, as long as you are Nigerian and you are in Nigeria right now, how would you compare what you perceive is the enjoyment level or the university or the campus life level experience to what was experienced by your cousins, your fathers and mothers, say 2-3 decades ago? My cousin was in Uniben back in, is that 19? I was in like what? It was like primary school or something. 1990 something, right? It was in like year 2 that back then, accounting. And he used to regale us with stories, of what they used to happen in school, cult issues, parties, girls, you know what? He said it all. We were all eager to get to university. I couldn't wait to step into a university campus back then. And I did. And some of the things he told us, I didn't get to experience. I didn't get to experience having people clean up after me, very regularly. I didn't get to, experience very nice looking toilets. No, I didn't. No, I saw very terrible toilets. I also didn't get to experience, having to sleep on nice beds. Because if you ever, slept in the hostel, most of those beds were not particularly comfortable. Let's not forget. Those of you who went to Uniport, back in the mid-2000s, very interesting hall, MBA 1. MBA 1 was designed to hold about, 300 people, We used to hang from the windows those days to receive lectures in MBA 1. I'm not making this up. But it's not all doom and gloom now, is it today?
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeria Info FM. Nigeria Info, let's talk.
Well, I have Clement and Ada George standing by. Clement, good morning. What do you think the student life today is for the average Nigerian?
I want to say that obviously, just like the woman we met in the market, she has said it, and that is, I believe, the experience of many of us as well. Now, I do my work in the digital space, and I have lots and lots of students through the course of my job.
Okay.
I have trained a lot of students as well in Uniport, in USC, and the University of Education, the one at USC, that's Nigerian Universities. I've done a lot of digital skill training there as well. Now, why am I saying this? The digital skill training helps you to discover talent in digital space or skills in the digital space that you can live based on. And one of the things I talk about is this is the time that you don't need to beg money or that need for money for handouts. Other expenses you want to engage in school. While in school, you can create job opportunities for yourself if you have a smartphone or a laptop.
Yeah.
So I listened to some article last night where they were talking about if you want to go and marry a girl and the parents ask you what do you do, and you tell your parents that you are a digital, you are a content
creator. Yeah.
Or you are, but the parents will probably sound or ask you to leave it out. If you did not say you are a banker or you are a doctor or you are a lawyer, the Nigerian typical parents will not welcome you with their paycheck in their hands. Now things have changed. With just a smartphone, if you pay attention to the content that they're creating, most of these guys, these content creators, are students in the university. I don't want to go on listeners on what
yeah.
it takes.
Okay, so
and what is the benefits in creating content. It is not for Nigeria.
Well, Clement. So you are saying now a lot of young people have opportunities, that maybe Nigerian students a decade ago or two did not have. Fine, but what about the other aspects, right, of being in university? Do you think it's more fun for them now than it was maybe in your time or 2 decades ago? Do you think do you think they're happy about being in a Nigerian school right now?
Of course, we are happy being in the university. Now, the thing is, I want to look at the social aspect of it, why they go to school now and why you say they go to school now. Now you want to add it to the person right now, and it's school. Probably not to get to the first class, or it's just because the society wants you to say, this school, and you're not say, okay, I'm in school. You are in school, you're studying what you want, but just go to and get the degree, come out, and do what you want to do. You know a little bit, but then you want to be in school because you want to get the degree, right?
Okay.
Now you want to be in school for the social aspects of it, I will say, and then from who have the parents that want to push them to get the degree. Probably they will get there. They will think that they will probably to the land. Because I know a friend who is in school now. This guy made an average of at least $1,000 for creating digital content like course, how to learn this, how to learn that. I listened to your radio speech. I don't know if it is a market when I see the Wazobia Academy. People are not taking advantage of that platform, and that is what students should be improving. We should add this to what they are doing while they are in school, participating in the Wazobia Academy.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. That's Clement from Anna George. On WhatsApp, Big Whistle's dead, Jude. I don't envy the students of today. The distractions and vagaries are too much. If you drive a car as a student, when you get your first job and start earning money, what will you buy? A plane? Well, Big Will, their contemporaries in the UK, in Canada, in America, in Australia, they still get to buy car. It's like having your phones now. Right, so yes, students these days are, holding, phones that are worth anywhere from 180 to $500,000 naira. Right, it doesn't necessarily mean that when they get to be parents themselves, they'll be looking for 10 million naira phones. So they'll still use those same devices. They just want to use the devices that their older siblings like you are using. But you may have a point talking about the distractions in school. I remember I read a message a few minutes ago. Somebody said that there's a lot of fake life in universities today. So if you're listening to us and you are in the university, year 2, year 3, final year, call in. Tell me, what do you think your experiences are right now? Are you enjoying, being in the university or in a higher school of learning? John is in GRA. John, good morning to you, please.
Good morning, dude.
Good morning.
As I speak with you, you go to my compound now. I have about 7 students who are in the house. In fact, there's no line, but they are running generators. They're in the house, they are students. I don't want to mention the name of the school, but they're in the house. They're running generator as I left the house. That is what they do every fucking
language,
every day.
Please.
That's what they do. So when we are in school, you wake up in the morning, you have an assignment, you have a text, you have a lecture, you have a tutorial. So you have one thing that will take you to school. One thing. Even on Saturday, of course, on Saturdays we used to go to school because of one bed now to go and eat free. That's the right.
Okay.
But now, the students now, they are just toasting, enjoying.
But John, are they really enjoying? Because I don't know if you listen to Clement. Clement says many of them are creating content online. They are working online. Yes, we know some of them are doing nefarious things. We cannot deny that, right? But a good number of them could be creating content online. A good number of them could be, trading online. A good number of them could also be accessing educational materials online. The online schools, I have attended one.
The educational material they are accessing, I would have asked that man, what have they invented? What? Let me give me one single thing, one single technology Nigerian students have invented through project or through anything. Let me show you. We know what they do. We know.
Can I tell you one?
Tell me.
Okay, now there's one very popular financial aid that people use where you can, transfer your money. Do you know that it was done by 2 Nigerian students? They had not graduated. They had not graduated. Yes, they were in Nigeria. They sold that thing for, if I'm not mistaken, almost $10 million. Yeah, okay. They sold it.
Okay, Jude. Jude, can you hear me?
I'm listening to you. We have AB in Sani Abacha.
You also agree with me?
Yes.
That within last year to this year, Nigerian University have graduated more than 100,000 students.
I don't know about 100, but I think it's about 20 or 25. Yes, go on.
Okay, let's say 20 or so. Even if it's 5,000, they have graduated up to 5,000 students. How many of those students that have access to this internet have been able to invent? You have just mentioned to Atom, how many 100,000? So, it's not about when we went to school, you cannot compare the rigorous processes.
Okay, fine. So maybe they're not rigorous. But are they enjoying the experience? Did you enjoy the experience in your time, John?
Of course I did.
Okay, so let's see if the younger ones are enjoying it. AB is speaking to us from Sani Abacha. AB, good morning to you, please.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, you talk about holding phone for about $500,000, $500,000 naira, and parents get children that bring that type of phone at home. You ask them question, where do you get this type of phone?
What if it's the parents that got the phone for them?
The children in the ways of the law. So when they grow, if you buy the children phone for $500,000 naira, you're not training the children well.
No, but what if it's the parents that actually bought the phones? Because like I said, these days devices are not just for looks. They actually do work. Some of these students, like we heard, create content. They use their phones to make videos. They're Nigerian children who have become popular by making dance videos using somebody's phone. So what if it's that type of phone?
It doesn't make any sense now. Okay, let me ask you something. I didn't buy my son. I didn't buy my son a phone of 200,000. Then he brings phone for 150,000 in the house. I'm asking a question.
I understand that narrative that parents should be able to check what their children are doing. But what if the children are doing things legitimately? That's the real focus. Nigerian students these days are doing way more. In my time, what we used to do was, we needed to look for a job. I worked in a cyber cafe, right? I don't fail to say it. I worked in the cyber cafe, all right? I was one of those people who were selling, what they call it, tickets. Give me code, let me go and browse. Like what I used to say back in those days. That was my job. I was proud to do it. But there are still young people, there are still students today who are doing things similar to what I did and to what some of you did. There are some students who are taking care. I know, and in the course of the past week, I've been talking about this, speaking to some people about it. I know there are some students, you'll be surprised. There are some students, ladies and gentlemen, who are in year 3, year 4. They are the ones paying the school fees for their younger brothers and sisters who are in SS1, SS2. Nigerian students paying school fees. Their parents are alive, by the way. Their parents are alive. What's up? Jude, it's just a simple truth. You are even talking about university. Even people in primary school and students in secondary school are cruising. Who are you to touch computer, talk less of owning a computer? In our time, you will be begging. Who will lap you in a bus? Who will take you to school? Jude, I'll say that change is the only constant thing. Things have changed now, and students can even be teaching in primary schools while still in the university. Some rose bole while in school, unlike before. Those are into fraud, but things have really changed.
You get a daily dose of news trends.
Apologies there. Things have really changed. That's Joshua from Transamadi. Jim is speaking to us from Rumigbo. Jim, good morning to you, please.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, I'm a first-time caller.
Welcome.
And the topic dragged me in. Now, I've been listening to most of the callers. The thing is, times have changed. I've also listened to my parents and their stories of their days in school. We always had the rich, the middle class, and the not so wealthy people.
Mm-hmm.
Even those that lived in the time when hostels were working, when they had cleaners, every hostel used to be like hotel back in the days. They had some exclusive VIP students that were able to get the full room to themselves. Some will share rooms. Even up till when I was in school, I was able to attend school in the early 2000s. We could rent a room. We hustled, legit hustling, furnished our rooms, made ourselves comfortable. So everything depends on the time. The guy that was talking about invention, my brother, he should do his research. There are many young people of this time that are inventing things every day. It's a thing about time. Then we were trained to go to school, get a good job. Now the world has changed. Who are the role models these days? How many educated people would use as role models in this? About books. If you're not a professor, then that was the in thing. But now everybody's about the whole world has circled. Even churches, go to church, they preach money. So what do you expect these young ones to focus on? Money, not even the degrees. They just need the paper to get a job, to maybe get a capital to start their business. That's how I see it. So times have changed. It's just for the older ones to accept that times have changed. Even then, they were truants in school. They were illegal people in school.
Right? Yes, we used to call them NFAs.
In school, even in abroad, they were cultists. So what are they saying?
Yeah.
That's the same thing. It's just the times that change. You understand? There's just the times that change. Everything is still some for comfort. Some not too wealthy. Yes, they live in the hostel. Some not too, they stay off camp. So it's not about the time itself. It's really what they want, what the students want, and how they want to live their life. So nobody should blame the old time, that the old time is better than the new time. No.
Okay.
They're not the same.
They're not the same. Jim.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
It's just the time that matters.
Great to have had you join us this morning. That's Jim from Rumigbo. Now, the mindset of older ones is why some people will continue to suffer lack or beef innocent people. So, if someone doesn't wake up early at 3 a.m. to go to the farm to plant cassava with their bare hands before they trek to uni, it means that they are not worthy of what they have, or they must be doing something untoward. But today's lecturers that terrorize students with statements like, the last time anyone got a first class in my course was 1894. And come and see me in my house this evening, else you will never graduate from school. Are they the paragons of virtue? That's from Anonymous. Now, these days, students are into Yahoo, Jude. Our ladies are into hookups. I mean, 90% of them. Really? I have a good number within my neighborhood. 2 of them were able to cash out the sum of, millions. I can't even mention this on air. 2 of them were able to, really, millions. They bought a certificate card. Jude, you need to see how these ladies are all over him. Some are even asking the boys out, the Yahoo boys out. I met a lady yesterday. She boldly told me, if I'm not a Yahoo person, she will not friend me. Jude, this is Nigeria. It is finished. I also have a relative who bought a car last year. I was shocked when I saw him and his friends at a car shop. When I asked him what brought him there, he pointed at the car I just paid for. The car was worth 5 million naira. I was shocked. This is somebody who is in his 3rd year. Williams in Port Harcourt. AB is speaking to us from Abacha Road. AB, good morning to you, please.
Yes, and you are still call back again.
Yes, go on quickly, please. I have a minute for you.
I will wait train in the house. My stepmother trained me well.
Okay.
Because we were polygamy. My mother was not there, but my stepmother trained me well. That training helped me to become somebody today. But today I have shown that bigger than any other person in the house. Because they don't train that big way.
But Abby, the times have changed. I'm sorry, the network's not very clear, but the times have changed. You cannot compare 2000 to 2010. The cars look better by the time 2010 came through, and people looked at that kind of old model 2000. This is 2022. A lot has changed. And I mean a lot. And it's not just a Nigerian thing, even in the US, all right? I was reading a report, was that earlier in the year or last year, how some 15-year-olds, 18-year-olds, are having startups worth $1 million. $1 million, not naira, $1 million. These people are not even in university yet. They're in high school. But they've sat down, they've listened to some people who are older. Yes, I agree that maybe in the Nigerian context, maybe a lot of these young people are not, focusing so much on getting the education, particularly degrees. But then again, let me remind you, if you're listening to me and you're in, Uniport or wherever, my auntie, right, she's a professor in the University of Port Harcourt, right? She says, nobody can take away that which you've learned. And the thing about an educated man that many politicians, if not almost all politicians all over the world are afraid of, right, is an educated mind with an opened heart. Two very interesting things there. So you can get to school, get educated, and not be open-minded. But if you do get your education, further your education, become a professor, there's nothing stopping you from being a master's degree holder and, opening businesses all around. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Anyway, so are you enjoying your stay in school, the experience? Well, I hope you do.
Every morning is an opportunity to take your hustle to the next level. So, start every day with a